Hey, and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch for a general reading for all signs. Today is August 1st, 2023. Happy August, everybody. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch, and moderating on YouTube is the lovely Shirley, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Delene. Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much, Delene. And thank you to everybody for joining us today. I'm going to be doing some shuffling, so if you happen to be watching on a restream on YouTube, you can fast forward through all that if you want to by using the timestamps in the video description. This is the Stone Visconti Tarot by Lily Stone. Gorgeous deck. It's what we're using today. And this is that ancient Eau de Cologne 4711. It's probably got a lot more synthetics than it used to in the day, but it sure still smells authentic. 3 sprays in this room is more than sufficient. I prefer it to burning smudge. You can find out information about purchasing both of these products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. This is, like I said, that general reading. It goes out to a lot of people. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, don't push things. Don't force it. It's probably not meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your very own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. And you can find all of those very easily on my website at ariels-corner.com. Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just click on the free tarot readings link right in the main menu. And let's see. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us there. You can also watch on Twitch without ads if you subscribe to us on Twitch. I don't read with card reversals, so that's why I flip cards right side up. Don't worry about it. It's my style of reading. It's very valid, just as valid as the other way. All is well. You can see on your screen that there's URLs for our website, our PayPal portal, and our store. So you can, we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We have all kinds of freebies on our website. And if you want to give us a donation while you're watching on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat instead of the PayPal portal. Or if you're watching on a restream, you could use a super thanks. We do appreciate your support, but mostly we just appreciate that you're here. Oops, this one is not supposed to be there. All right, this feels mixed. Let's get to the reading, Ariel. This is like, we don't want this to be the shuffling video. And then Ariel shuffled for 15 whole minutes. Hold on a second. Let me get a clean cut here. There we go. All right. These are huge cards. I didn't have enough room in the shot for all of them. We've got an Ace of Coins, a 2. That was the one that was trying to come out earlier. The 2 of Wands. And what is this? A 3, 6, 7 of Wands. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So it seems like there's been a start, at least, to some prosperity for some of you, or maybe a big amount of prosperity for others of you. Either way, whatever it is, whatever's sort of like at least shown itself to you, it's supposed to be just the beginning. But this impatience that many of you are experiencing, especially in regards to your work, is something that you want to handle, because sometimes impatience will lead to rashness, and then you do things based on ego impulses rather than being guided by a higher power. And it's so important to always be guided. You have an inner guide, that still small voice. It's always been there. It always will be there. How many times have you said, oh, I knew better than to do that. I just knew not to do that, right? Well, there you have it. So listening to that inner guidance all the time, even when it doesn't feel like the thing to do, even when you think, no, I'll deal with that later. Right now, this is something I need now. Push. Careful of that. It's saying the way out of that impatience is through this 7. The 7 is a transformation. It's a turnaround. It's an upgrade. It's Venus. Venus is the Archangel Anael. And, interestingly enough, Venus is also the Archangel Anael is also the sovereign of the fairy kingdom, which is very interesting. The fairies, by legend, only help people who are kind. They only help people who have a pure heart. They only help people that are that are forgiving. I mean, just look at Cinderella, how that fairy godmother helped her so well because she was such a kind person, right? That's why she latched onto her. So that's what you want to focus on rather than being impatient. Call on that sort of that fairy kingdom, if you will, by allowing yourself to turn things around as far as how you are comporting yourself. How kind can you be? How loving can you be? How much can you go the extra mile for somebody today? Not being taken advantage of, but somebody that needs you, somebody that cares for you. And people that mistreat you, how can you maybe try to see their pain and why they're doing what they're doing? And again, not putting yourself in danger, not necessarily allowing them to bother you or allowing them to abuse you, but understanding it. Understanding that it's coming from pain and that they deserve some compassion and forgiveness. Those kinds of qualities really kind of stimulate supernatural assistance if you allow it. So that is being highly indicated. So this also is talking about beautifying your workspace, beautifying and finding beauty in everything that you do, bringing beauty into the world rather than being so impatient about things, really focusing on how much can you contribute to the beauty of this world. All right, we've got this Hanged Man. Let's put him the way he belongs here first. We've got this Queen of Cups. We love a good Queen of Cups. She's our friend. Speaking of the fairy godmother. And we've got this Page of Wands. See, good news is coming your way on the work front. Good news is on its way. Why? Because of how it will be in proportion to how you comport yourself, how kind you are, how much you use your time here on earth to bring beauty, to bring joy, to bring blessings. How powerful are you? That is, you have so much power, but you have to choose to use that power. And a lot of us don't think of power in regards to how kind can I be, how giving can I be, how can I contribute to the world, how much beauty can I bring into the world. We think of power more in terms of what can I get, right? And that's not true power. So your fairy godmother here, I love that this is it's probably because I just did the Cinderella story, so that's on my mind, but this really does really work for this reading. This fairy godmother is inside you. That's your deep mind. And your deep mind blesses you based on what you think. And the kinds of thoughts you harbor, the kinds of thoughts you make secret, you keep secret. Remember, a secret is something that you want to give power to. So we don't want to keep negative secrets. We only want to keep positive secrets. And so that means what that's saying, that keeping secret all of this good is that you're not doing it for show. You're not being kind for show. You're being kind because you know that that's your power. You know that that is your magical power. That magical power of kindness today is going to bring you such rewards. It's going to release all of this, all of this prosperity that's being held in trust for you. It's going to bring about all of that help and assistance, all of that good news. There's so much good news waiting to be released for you, but it's up to you how you use that power. And that good news, like I said, is in proportion to how you're using your power. Now, some of you in the recent past have felt very restricted and like you weren't able to have power. And some of you that caused some resentment. And for others of you, that caused you to feel like there's something wrong with you. That's caused a lot of you to be impatient because you don't want to go back to where you were. But it's important to recognize that a lot of the reasons why you felt so tied up is because you were not giving yourself the permission to say no. You thought that you didn't have a voice, many of you. You didn't know that you could say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to say no to whatever this is. Everybody's so different in their circumstances, but you're all the same. We are all the same in regards to our power of no. So remember that being kind oftentimes includes the power of no. So this kindness doesn't mean that you just do whatever people want. That's not being kind. Being kind is doing what you're guided to do from on high, from that inner voice, that still small voice within you. And you will always be shown, if you just ask, what's the kindest, most loving response right now? And you just get good at being really fast with this. What is the kindest, most loving response right now? Sometimes you're going to get that still small voice whispering to you to say no. Say no. Don't give them what they want. That's not good for you. It's not good for them. Right? Sometimes it's going to be just to love them. Sometimes it's going to be you need to get away from them. That's the most loving response right now, is to get away from this situation. So you don't want to prejudge what you think kindness looks like. You want to ask what kindness looks like. You want to ask what this loving stuff looks like. Now remember that since we're on, and look for the Cinderella video that's going to be coming out later on this week. But since we're on Cinderella, remember that what the fairy godmother gave Cinderella was temporary. It was temporary. It wasn't the fairy godmother's magic or glamour that made everything better. It was like an Advil to get rid of the pain temporarily so that she could go and find her own power. She could find her own power. And remember, she kept some of that power herself. That second glass slipper didn't turn into anything. It didn't disappear. She was able to hide that, to put it in her pocket. So that was her own power that she came in there with. And the slippers represent understanding. So as you learn understanding, then even though sometimes your fairy godmother will temporarily give a glamour so that you can get through a situation, ultimately it's your power. It's ultimately your power that's going to carry you through. And your power is immense. And it's trying to tell you here that your power is the power of 7. And the power of 7 is the power of beauty. The power of beauty includes all of that fairy magic that only works for people who the fairies love. And fairies are irresistibly attracted to people who are kind, that have pure hearts, and that want to bring only beauty to the world. And they can't resist helping you when you're like that. That's just the lore. You don't have to take that literally. Unless you're in that fairy magic course, then take it very literally. So the bottom line here is you have a lot more power than you think you do. Listen and find out what it is that you can contribute in each moment as far as beauty, as far as kindness, as far as generosity. Don't decide it yourself. Ask for that guidance from that inner guide, that fairy godmother, if you will. And recognize that this is going to be a catalyst for great news and the releasing of good, beautiful prosperity. What did Cinderella get out of all of that? The entire kingdom, right? She wanted for nothing. And that's exactly what you can have as well. So keep it up. Don't fall prey to your impatience, and also don't fall prey to being resentful for things that have happened in the past. Learn how to forgive the past so you can be released by it, and learn how to ask in the moment today, what is the kindest, most loving response to any situation? When you get into that habit, you will see that prosperity and joy and good news and beauty are all released for you. And it's going to be a great, beautiful day. All right. Well, thank you so much for spending a little time with me. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Shirley and Dalene. And we will see everybody tomorrow for another general reading. Blessed be.